Today's Tuesday, October 3rd, and let's start the whiteboard breakfast. So the topic today is teams. I want you to think about the teams that you lead. Maybe it's a team you coach. Maybe it's a business team that you lead, an organization. Maybe it's a volunteer group that you help out. I want you to analyze kind of where is that team in their development and growth. What would you like to see them improve upon? How do you want to see them get better? When we think about those questions, it's easy to always go to the end goal. More sales, more wins, more volunteers, more efficiency. But I first think that you have to analyze where your team is at. And I want you to put them in one of three buckets. So these buckets represent the order at which you have to go to develop your team. And I firmly believe you can't skip a bucket. So the first bucket is culture. Where is the culture of your team? Do you have a mission statement? Do you have values that all of your team members live by? Do you have principles? Do you have good team chemistry? Do you have things that people strive for? A good culture is the foundation for what we all want at the end, which is the sales, the victories, the wins. But when you try to skip to those and you skip the foundation, you're always going to have holes, or you're always going to have, your boat's always going to kind of be treading water or sinking a little bit because the culture foundation is going to give out. The second one is development. What skills does your team need? So look at the individual skills, the personal development that maybe your staff or your team needs to get better in. What can you do? What can you provide to give them more development? What do you need to learn as a leader or a manager to help them really address the individual flaws or the individual deficiencies that any of your team members may have? So once you have the foundation, the culture, now you have to look at your skill set and really analyze that. And then the third bucket, which I'm going to call the win bucket, okay, or the compete bucket, that's the one that a lot of times as leaders we skip to. We want those victories. We want to look at our sales goals, our records, our team records. We want to look at how many volunteers we have. We want to look at, just a number, an outcome. And that bucket is important. This is the bucket that when you feel like you have a good culture, when you feel like the skills are developing, then you have to teach your group how to win, how to compete. You have to teach them how to close sales, how to close victories. And we don't want to skip this bucket. We want to get to this bucket as quickly as we can. But I firmly believe that when you're leading a team and you're being asked to help that team get better, it's a great practice to start by looking at which bucket that team is in. Where are they currently at in their development and growth? And it's different. It's different for every team. You may be taking over an organization or a company, and that company really is just lacking skill set. They have a great culture. They have a great mission statement. They have a great environment. Systems and processes are awesome, but they need skill development. They need tools. They need to learn how to use those. But you also may come in and you're right there, and they just seem to have everything, but they haven't learned how to win. They haven't learned how to compete. And then, of course, many times, many of us have maybe coached a program, or we've led a team, or we've been asked to improve something, and we have to start at the culture level. We have to build the systems and processes and the ways to give that team a chance to be successful. So there you go. Tuesday's whiteboard breakfast on teams. Think about the teams that you're leading and think about what bucket they're in and how you can help them get better. All right, see you soon.